This is a thread video for Mike from Tcat's Deep Vinyl Traxx. This is an old video that he made, and at the time he was trying to counteract the fact that the vinyl community isn't all snobby and it can be very inclusive. And so I would hope that the people who watch my channel feel welcome. Hey, I don't know that. I'm going to listen to it now, right? Because there's a lot of music out there, and there's a lot of music that at my age I should already know, but I don't. And so I look at it as a learning experience. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine two of my favorite hobbies, and those hobbies are music and comics. So he has 20 questions to promote inclusivity, and I'm kind of doubling that because I will show an example from music, from vinyl, and from my comics. So the first one is show any record. So here you go. This is a record. This is a comic. Now show a record that has a shape. Now this record is in the shape of a square, and this comic is in the shape of a rectangle. Show any black vinyl. So this album has black vinyl. Now, the reason he included that is so many people in the vinyl community show off their colored vinyl, which can be very exclusive. So if you own a vinyl record, you're more than likely going to have a black vinyl. But since this is inclusive, feel free to show any colored vinyl that you have. And so I'm going to show a comic that is mostly has a black cover, and it is very dark. Right. So now I get to make up my own. So I'm going to show an album that is actually comprised of two different albums. It was originally released as two separate albums, and then they combined it into one. For my comic, I just grabbed something. Show an old record. This is an old record. I bought it used. This is an old comic. I bought it when it came out. That's a pretty cool cover too. Show a new record. This is an old record that was re-released, but I bought it recently. It even still has the plastic wrap around it. That means I need to listen to it. This is a new comic. I bought it recently. If you notice, the old comic cost 60 cents when it came out. The new comic costs $4.99. Show something from your favorite genre. My favorite genre is pop vocal. This doesn't happen to be my favorite record from that genre, but I will love to listen to any singer use his or her voice. My favorite genre from comics is the superhero comic. Now show something from your second favorite genre. I love instrumentals, and I love horror comics. Show a record that is absolutely unoriginal. Basically, everyone probably has this in their collection or can find it for very cheap. And I'm going to show Hooked on Classics. Even, if you could see, I paid 35 cents for it. There it is. Doesn't mean it's not good. And this is an example of a comic that I think many people have and can easily get. So this was the revamped #1 issue. Where is it? #1 issue of Superman by John Byrne. Show your emergency dustbin record. So this is an album that you don't mind using to clean up spills or to help clean up. So I'm going to pick this album, and I have to explain why. So eventually, I am going to destroy this album. Why? Because I want that to display. I want that to display. And then I want that to display. So when I rip this album up, I'm going to get two of them, but I will need another copy to get this one. And then I'll need a further copy to have it intact. So this is definitely going to be an album that I destroy, and so I don't mind using it to clean something up. Here's a comic that I don't mind if it gets destroyed. I think this cover is really bad and it's overly dramatic, And this is the kind of comic that I don't really want in my collection. Show an album that does not have an armadillo on the cover. I cannot find an armadillo anywhere. I keep looking, but there isn't one. There isn't even one on the back. There's no armadillo on this, but there is a cute frog. Show your favorite knick-knack, vinyl related. So here we have Iron Maiden's Eddie. He's got a, can you see it? He's got a little hatchet up in there. And my Funko Pop for the original Hawkeye. I grabbed him because he keeps falling down. Show a vinyl that's smaller than your head. Now this is a little bit cheating. It's in the shape of a vinyl, but it's actually bubble gum. I don't have any comic books that are smaller than my head, but they are out there, like the Archie Digests, or many foreign comics from like Spain and Italy, and I think Mexico too. They're really small, but I don't have any. But this is about inclusivity. I shouldn't feel left out. Show your version of Dark Side of the Moon. So this is where Mike thought that Dark Side of the Moon is an album that everybody has to own, right? Wrong. My brother had Dark Side of the Moon, and I listened to it constantly, but I actually don't have it. I have the CD. They're expensive now. So I have an old beat-up copy of Wish You Were Here. It's not Dark Side of the Moon, but in order to be inclusive, he said show Dark Side of the Moon or any other album. So, Dark Side of the Moon, dark, I'm thinking Batman. So here we go. That's pretty dark. Show an album with the picture of the band on it. There we got ABBA. They're all getting ready to fly away in a helicopter. Or are they arriving? Here is a comic with all the band on it. Show an album without the band on it. This album does not have the band on it. This comic only has one character on it, not all the bad characters. Show an unscented album. Nope. Nope. Show an album cover. That is an album cover. This is a comic that has a comic cover on it. Now, show a cover album. Here, Bobby Short is covering Cole Porter. My copy's a little beat up because when I took the sticker off, it didn't want to come. I need a new one. But hey, it's a cover album. There's Cole Porter. You want to see Bobby Short? There he is. He's a cutie. Here is a cover comic book. This comic reprints an old issue of Spider-Man that is very hard to get. So there you go, a cover comic. And finally, show an album that does not have a clown on the cover. This album does not have a clown. It's got a globe and a heart. No clowns in sight. And for my comic, I could not show any Joker comics. So instead, there's no clown here, but there is a cat. So I hope that you feel very included and that you feel that you can go out and create your own vinyl or comic video and you can answer these questions and you can show whatever you want. And you know what? If you send me the link or write in the comments, I will be the first to watch your video. Please hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. Please go ahead and watch one of my other videos. Thank you, Mike, for the idea. I think this is a fun thread. And like you said, it's inclusive, and I think that anybody can jump on board. I had fun making this. I'm not going to have fun putting away all these albums and comics.